One of the reasons we empaths find ourselves having the same experiences over and over again with narcissistic people is we have blind spots. And these are blind spots that super empaths do not struggle with anymore. They've outgrown them. They've evolved beyond them. And by the end of this video, you will no longer be blind to the blind spots of your highly empathic nature, my friend. Let's dive in. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamie M. Joyce. I'm an empowerment life coach specializing in codependency and narcissistic abuse recovery for empaths, scapegoats, and awakening light leaders. If you're new to my channel, a very special welcome. Please take a second to say hello and introduce yourself in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to be notified so you never miss a new video. So let's talk about how to heal your blind spots with narcissists permanently. Now, to begin with, if we're going to heal them, I think it would be helpful to start off by identifying some of the more common blind spots that tend to trip us up and hold us back from living our best lives. Once we shine the light of our conscious awareness onto them, we are no longer blind and we're more able to do the healing work necessary to overcome and evolve past them. So here goes. Blind spot number one, naivety. Your naivety is a problem and a major blind spot that undoubtedly has gotten you into a lot of trouble. I know it did me for a long time and still trips me up on occasion. It shows up in thoughts and beliefs like love conquers all, my love can and will change him or her, anyone can change, and deep down, all people are good. This kind of deeply naive thinking is how many lives are not only ruined, but lost entirely. And make no mistake, narcissistic abuse is a life or death issue. And this is your life we're talking about. So it's important that you at least begin to understand that this kind of naivety is why we believe liars when they manipulate us, gaslight us, and outright lie to and about us. The truth is, we don't all come to the planet starting off on a level playing field. When it comes to the amount of empathy, compassion, care, concern, and love that we carry, or the conscience that we have. Here's the thing, friends. Love is not always enough. In particular, in the face of a highly narcissistic perpetrator, as well as other forms of evil that do in fact exist in this world. In addition, what we often call love has far more to do with biochemical addiction and the longings of our unhealed, wounded inner child, and actually has zero to do with genuine, healthy love. And again, evil does exist right here on this planet and has, to some degree, permeated the collective consciousness of the human race. Don't believe me? Speak to people who have had a lifetime of narcissistic abuse. They'll tell you right here in the comments. Our dangerous levels of naivety also show up in the "they would never do that" sort of thinking, simply because you would never do that. As empaths, we have a dangerous habit of projecting our good qualities onto people who do not now, never have, and never will carry them, and it gets us into a lot of trouble. For example, you cannot judge what the ruling elite, the globalists, or the vast majority of the puppets, politicians on this planet would or would not do to humanity based on what you would or would not do. When it comes to morality, empathy, and conscience, we are not dealing with a level playing field here. The sooner people wake up to and face the fact that super sociopaths with zero conscience are running the show and do not have our best interest at heart, the sooner we turn this mess we're in around. Do not naively use your own yardstick and high empathy nature to decide what is and is not possible when discussing levels of evil that the human mind could never conjure, never mind fathom. That brand of naivety does not serve you and it does not serve humanity. As a collective, we not only have to wake up, we have to grow up. Now, and dropping this naive Pollyanna, just think positive, do what we're told, and follow the leader, and all will be well nonsense is imperative. It's delusional and it's dangerous, both in our individual lives dealing with narcissists, as well as the collective. Blind spot number two, a tendency to ignore red flags. Taking people at face value and giving them the benefit of the doubt is one thing. Ignoring red flags and your gut instinct is quite another. Having a high tolerance for inappropriate or abusive attitudes and behavior does not make you more loving, kind, or spiritual, my friend. Rather, it is a clear indication that you have some serious healing and recovery work to do. So do your work. You're worth it. Blind spot number 3, envy and jealousy. Empaths often miss others' envious and jealous nature, and their malevolent motives motivated by this dark nature. And the reason, in my opinion, is simply this. If you don't carry it, it's a whole lot harder to spot. I know for me, this has been a major blind spot in my life. I truly do not have a jealous bone in my body. I have always been the first girl to celebrate another's beauty, success, love, etc. I actually believe it's a testament to what's possible for all of us, and I've always just been grateful for the example, fully grounded in the knowledge that the pie is absolutely big enough and your beautiful life just shows me what's possible. I'm a cheerleader by nature, but sadly, that's not everyone. And because I don't carry envy or jealousy, I am often caught off guard and sometimes a tad too late when it comes to recognizing that a person's toxic attitudes or hurtful behavior are actually motivated by their own insecurity, envy, and jealousy. Again, when you don't carry it, it's a lot harder to spot. Now comment below and let me know if you're aware of any blind spots that keep tripping you up or are causing you to relapse into toxic relationship dynamics. And if so, what are you going to do about it? And if you'd like to learn more about the possibility of working with me in my 8-week transformational coaching program, the Freedom Class, there is a link in the description below where you can apply to see if you qualify for a free one-on-one consultation with either myself or a member of my team. Blind spot number 4, self-doubt. Self-doubt and a lack of confidence is a major blind spot. So many of our highly empathic brothers and sisters are not doing their purpose work simply because they are still running old tapes from old critics and old programmings that have nothing to do with the reality of who they are or what's possible for them. When we see ourselves through that type of narrow, distorted perception, we are fully blind to the personal power and potential we actually carry, and the possibilities that are actually available to us, and the force for good that we can actually be right here, right now. So decide to rewire that old programming. Stop waiting for others to love and validate you. Instead, learn to love, validate, and believe in yourself, whatever it takes. It's time to take the blinders off and see yourself as the divine superpower that you came here to be. Look around. The world needs you, shining bright now. So give yourself permission. And when you do so unapologetically, please. Blind spot number 5, being a manipulator magnet. The empath's susceptibility to being manipulated is another serious blind spot. This is especially true for those of us who were cast as the family scapegoat and/or were sexually abused as children. We were manipulated into silence, and the damage that emotional and psychological abuse caused was sometimes as severe as the act of being perpetrated on itself. It set us up to be highly susceptible to manipulation right into adulthood, and it can take a lot of deep healing work to overcome this one. If this speaks to you, I cannot impress upon you enough how important it is for you to actually do your inner child healing and recovery work. It's never too late. And in the realm of becoming a super empath, it is everything. Blind spot number 6, permissioning exploitation. As empaths, we're healers by nature. But until we get right with ourselves, we can be out there helping, fixing, saving, rescuing, and caretaking to our detriment, fully allowing ourselves to be exploited, and then we're of no real value to anyone. When we haven't done our own work, our tendency is to operate from highly maladaptive and codependent ways of thinking and behaving. And because we are natural-born healers, of course our tendency is to want to help, heal, save, and rescue anyone who crosses our path and has a need, without stopping long enough to notice whether or not they want to help themselves. This doesn't actually even occur to us. We hide behind the notion that we are being unconditionally loving. But are we? What I know for sure is this: love without wisdom is neither loving nor wise. And all too often, it's anything but healthy for any of the parties involved. Love without boundaries can not only be detrimental to our well-being on many levels, but it can also be dangerous. When we don't actually love ourselves, we aren't able to love others in a real and healthy way. Rather, we're codependent, love addicted, or both. And from that place, we're likely to be doing a whole lot more enabling of destructive attitudes and behaviors and lifestyle choices than anything else. So tell me, what's loving about that? In my view, none of this has anything to do with love. So ask yourself, are you helping or enabling? Because there's a big difference. Helping some people doesn't actually help them. And as I often say, tough love is still love. My friends, I hope you got some value out of this today. If you liked what you heard, be sure to drop a like and a comment. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was. And once again, if you're new to my channel, a very special welcome. Be sure to introduce yourself in the comment section below. Share this with a friend if you think it would be helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified when I post new videos throughout the week. And once again, if you'd like to learn more about the possibility of working with me in my 8-week transformational coaching program, the Freedom Class, there is a link in the description below where you can apply to see if you qualify for a free one-on-one consultation with either myself or a member of my team. And as always, I will leave you with this. Know your value. Know your value and unlock your freedom. Mwah! Much love. Bye for now.